Hey, Moline High School, welcome to your social emotional lesson for October 26th. This lesson is focused on the juniors and the seniors, and we're going to be talking about college and career readiness using the Xello website. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is what the CCRI is. We're going to talk about Xello, the matchmaker and other surveys that are on Xello, and then finally what the CCRI indicators are and what you're going to need to complete for today. So first, let's talk about the CCRI. So the Illinois State Board of Education, or ISB, as you might hear it called sometimes, established an Illinois support and accountability system. So this accountability system includes a college and career readiness indicator as one of the multiple measures of how well a high school serves its students. Illinois has the goal of 90% or more of students graduating from high school ready for college and career by the year 2032. The Illinois State Board of Education developed the indicator with input from business leaders, teachers, school and district administrators, representatives from higher education, and other advocates. You can think of a CCRI or college and career ready indicators as a learning goal like you would have in a classroom. So the college and career readiness indicators we focus on for the freshman and sophomore years are identifying 3 careers you may be interested in. For junior and senior years, we're going to focus on completing the career readiness indicator page on Xello. And actually the identifying the careers also is on the Xello website. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get onto Xello, and you're going to click on a new tab on the internet and use the waffle to find the link to Xello. So these 9 dots are the waffle. At this point, I'm going to get out of the presentation and show you what I'm talking about, and we're going to do it here together. If you would like to go ahead and get your computer out and do this with me, you're more than welcome to. Teachers, if you'd rather wait for the students to get their computers out and do this when the video's done, that is fine as well, whatever works in your classroom. So here is the button you push to create a new tab on the internet. The waffle is right here. Those are the 9 dots called the waffle. If you click on that, all your Google apps show up and links to things that you need to go to. You have a link to Xello on here. I do not as a teacher. So I'm going to go to it another way. I already have it opened, so I'm going to go there, but I want you to go to Xello for yours. Okay. Your Xello doesn't look like that. I'm trying to get it opened as a student. Here we go. Your Xello is going to look like this, but instead of saying, "Hey, Reagan," it's going to say, "Hey, and your name." This is the main page of Xello. This is like the dashboard main page. If you ever want to go back to the page that looks like this, you click on the word Xello over here in the upper left-hand corner. There's this big rectangle right here that has the About Me, Explore Options, and Goals and Plans. Those are also up here. These links take you to the same place as these links. So if you were to click on About Me here or here, and you pull it up, it has all the same stuff underneath it, just in a little bit of a different format. So there's a lot of stuff in the same place. I'm going to click on this and go back to the dashboard. So since you guys are juniors and seniors that are watching this, the main thing we're going to go look at is over here under Goals and Plans, the College and Career Readiness Indicator link. However, if you have not in the past ever done the stuff underneath All About Me, specifically completing the matchmaker, that's something that you could do as well. So if you click on the matchmaker is what's called an interest inventory. And what it does is ask you a bunch of questions about things that you like, and then it's going to give you suggestions of careers that you can save. So when you click Launch Matchmaker, first you choose what you want to do after high school, hit Start Matchmaker, and it'll ask you like, how do you feel about working with children? And you click on that. There will be 39 questions. And when you're all done, it will go back to careers that you might be interested in. So if you haven't done already, this is another good thing to do also if you haven't already done this, is after you're done with that and you've explored some options and looked at careers, you should save at least 3 careers to look at. The example I like to give is this accountant one. And if you haven't explored careers before, they're really cool to look through. So, for example, as an accountant, it tells you the name of it, how much money you could make, the salary range, how much schooling that you need. After you look through it, you could click on one of these faces on how you feel about the career. If you scroll down, it gives you so much information, a job description, similar careers, um, interviews from people who are in the job, tells you how much demand is out there. So this career is in high demand as an accountant. If you like numbers, you might want to think about being an accountant. Gives you some core tasks, what your workplace would look like, your working conditions, how much money you can make, earnings. And then down here tells you like what state you're in, how much money you can make. So if you stay in Illinois, an entry level accountant makes 42,000, a median makes around 70,000, and then experienced makes about 125,000. So there's that. You can change what state. Let's say you want to move out to Colorado. Colorado, about the same, not a whole lot of difference. California, you can make a little bit more. But let's also remember that the cost of living in California is a lot higher. So, anyway, I digress. Let's keep going. It can give you a sample career path of what you could do as an accountant. Your education and training. So, for example, an accountant, you need at least a bachelor's degree in accounting or a related field to be an accountant. So, yes, you definitely need to go for 4 years. Getting a CPA license is a big deal. Then finally, it gives you related majors. If you like this career, at the very top when you're up here, here's where the hearts are at. I have mine saved, and I know that it's saved because my heart is red. If I unclick it, my heart changes color. There we go. And my heart is gray. That means I have not saved it. So saving at least 3 careers is amazing. All right. So now let's go back to the main focus. If you have already done a matchmaker, you've already explored some careers and saved 3 of them, then we're going to focus on completing these college and career readiness indicators. So here we go. The college and career readiness indicator page. What steps are you taking in high school to prepare for what's next? You must complete at least 3 of these indicators by the time you graduate. So I'm going to just talk through what some of these are, and you can take some time to look through them. Career development experience. This is a supervised work experience, and it should relate to the career field that you like. Internship, school-based enterprise, supervised agriculture experience. There's a lot of these you might not be doing unless you're maybe going over to the area career center and working on something like that, or doing an apprenticeship. So that's kind of where this one comes into play. There might not be a lot of you that can click on this one now, but you may be able to later. An industry credential. This is another big one that many of you may not be able to do unless, again, you're going over to the area career center and you're doing something more very career related where you're earning a credential. So a credential could be a certification or a license that relates to your field. You must either get the license or be eligible to get one once you get a high school diploma. So an example would be people who are in the ECHO program right now over at the Area Career Center. When you are finished with the ECHO program, you are qualified to go get your CNA license. So that would be when you finish that program, you would be able to click on what it is. So that would be like a health and sciences one, if you're able to do that. Next one, military service or an ASVAB score of 31 or higher. Again, not many of you will be able to click on this, but if you've taken the ASVAB and scored a 31 or higher, you could click mark as complete. Here are some other things you could read about if you're going into the military. All right, now we're getting into stuff that you guys could probably do if you took a dual credit career pathway course, so a college credit earned. If you took a dual credit course, or are going have taken one or are taking one now, you could click mark as complete. Complete a program of study to be a CTE concentrator. So at the high school level, complete at least 2 courses in a single career and technical education program or program of study. You're not at the post-secondary level because you're not out of high school. So at the high school level, complete at least 2 courses in a single career and technical education program or program of study. So again, if you're doing the ACC programs or doing any of the welding programs or apprenticeship, stuff like that, here in high school, you could click on Mark as complete. Now we're down to the ones that a lot of you will be able to complete. Maintain consistent employment for at least 12 months. Consistent employment should include a total of 480 hours. This is an average of 10 hours per week for 12 of the 24 months. So if you've had a job and you've worked consistent employment for 12 months, click on that right there. Consecutive summer employment. This means you have been employed for 2 summers in a row. That's another one you could click. How about community service? How many of you have done a volunteer service or activity for approximately 24 hours? It says you should get written verification by an adult non-relative supervisor, number of hours you've served. You don't necessarily need to upload that anywhere, but if you know you've done 25 hours of community service, you could mark that as complete. And then the final choice for you to do that you could click on would be 2 or more organized co-curricular activities. These include activities, programs, and applied learning experiences. So you could read through all of this stuff. So if you've done 2 or more organized co-curricular activities, you could click on that. So your activity today is to read through these, look and see which ones you can complete, which ones you can mark as completed. And then when you're all done, you could go back and check out your other careers. You could look through schools. There's schools on here, majors. This Xello website is full of information. If you ever have any questions on anything related to Xello, please feel free to reach out to me. I love talking about what's on Xello and what you can research on there, because as much as you guys want to ask me questions, I don't have all the answers about careers and majors and schools, but Xello is a really good place to start with that. All right, I'm going to go back to the presentation one more time. Make sure I covered everything that I had in here. Yep, so complete the matchmaker, save 3 careers, complete other surveys, and then finally go to the Career Readiness Indicator link and complete those. All right, Moline High School. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I really look forward to seeing all the things that you guys have completed to get ready for careers, and look through the careers that you have saved. Again, if you have any questions, reach out anytime. Have a good one. Bye.